It's time for the One Bar and Lupica Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to professional football.
All right, welcome back to One Bar and Lupica Show. I am Lupica here today with One Bar in his snazzy, brand new Minnesota Vikings hat.
Thank you. This is brand new in about 1976, I think.
What's it smell like?
Shit.
All right. All right, so today we're going to talk about 5 things Vikings fans need to live with. These are things that are coming out of camp already that are, these are going to be certainties. Maybe we didn't expect them when camp started, but there's no way they are not happening. Just deal with it. Just live with it. It's going to happen.
Yeah, the sooner we realize that this stuff is going to happen, the sooner we can live with it. And it might be good, it might be bad, but these are 5 things that are going to happen.
Definitely. Before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like our vids. We are on the cusp of 1,000 subscribers. Man, it's going to be a glorious day. What do you think? Belly shots or something?
Yeah, we'll do belly shots. We'll do butt shots. We'll do something fantastic. And I can't wait.
I think they call it like a mudslide when you do a butt shot.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get into this. Let's get into these 5. Let's start with number 5.
Number 5, Chad Beebe is going to make the team, no doubt.
Yeah. Chad Beebe is going to make this team. I mean, coming into it, we brought in Tajay Sharp. We drafted Jefferson, Osborne. So we're starting to think, hey, Chad Beebe, he had his chance, couldn't stay healthy. But Gary Kubiak, the Vikings obviously love this guy. He's out there with the ones. They're talking him up. It's almost as shocking as the Pat Elflein mystery.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact was he wasn't very good last year. We started seeing 2018, I was stoked about Chad Beebe. He had a great preseason, looked really good, running great routes, catching everything thrown his way. I wanted him to make the team last year. I was very excited when he did. But when we did see him in the preseason, he started dropping some balls. He was running some wrong routes. And then when he got in actual games, he did catch everything thrown his way. But as a punt returner, he had like 3 muffs in 2 games. This reliable guy who had like the most syrupy mitts of anybody around was starting to drop balls, and to be short, slow, and have unreliable hands is not a good combination.
Wow, the way you just addressed him, it sounds like he's horrible. But yeah, it was weird. It was a big drop off, and then he got hurt, so he couldn't even redeem himself. So hopefully this is the year he redeems himself. But barring anything very surprising, he's definitely going to be on the team.
Oh, for sure. All right, what do you got? What's number 4?
Number 4, another guy that's going to be on this team will be our backup quarterback, Sean the Man Mannion.
Yeah, I think there was some hope from Vikings fans when they drafted Nate Stanley that he'd be able to beat out Sean Mannion to be the backup, because Mannion really, we've talked about it before. He gives you absolutely nothing. When he comes in, the offense goes from a throbbing, explosive attack to a limp, flaccid mess. It's got to be short passes, dipping and dunking, probably run the ball 100% of the time. Mannion just has not proven to be able to be a capable or even semi-competent NFL quarterback, but he will be the backup.
Yeah, he'll be the backup, and it's kind of by default. I mean, Nate Stanley is great. We drafted him. Vikings pretty rarely draft late-round quarterbacks. Jake Browning, but the fact is they're not going to have any preseason games. They're not going to keep one of these 2 guys over Mannion, and Nate Stanley never even played in anybody but practice. And Jake Browning barely got out there last year. So they're going to go with Mannion. Mannion won't win you any games, but maybe he gives you the chance not to lose it just based off a running game and defense. Yeah, it would be not good to go with Browning or Stanley as their backup.
No, it'd be horrible.
At least Mannion, the way I look at it is Mannion is used to screwing up. He's used to not being very good. So if he goes out there and has a shitty play, he's going to be able to shake it off because that's what he does. If Nate Stanley goes out there and has a bad play, he might just shit himself on the field and not be able to recover.
That'd be awesome.
Picture that.
Someone runs out with a little turd scooper like the horses in the parades. All right, number 3. Dakota Dozier is going to be a starter, no doubt.
Yeah, Dakota Dozier, he's going to win that left guard spot. And he's going to be an upgrade over Pat Elflein at the left guard. That's not saying much, but he's earned it. He can play all along the line. He's a seasoned vet. He's got a lot of starts, and I consider him a pretty average guard. So this one doesn't really bother me that much.
Yeah, an average guard would be an upgrade at left guard this year. So I think that's key. But you said, he's done everything right. He's been playing center. He can play some tackle. He's really impressed the coaches this year. He's worked his way into this spot, into this position. And I'm just willing to bank that anything, other than Pat Elflein's an upgrade. And maybe this helps Riley Reef if he doesn't have to worry so much about the guy playing next to him. Maybe he'll be a little bit better too.
Yeah, I mean, deep down, I was really hoping maybe a Oli Udo or a Drusami or somebody like that would really come in and push for it. But the fact that they're not even getting any chatter, Dakota Dozier just must be dominating.
Just Dakota people all over the field.
Either that or these other guys are just absolutely horrible.
Yeah, that's the other thing. All right. I think number 2 is you.
Number 2, Eddie freaking Yarbrough will be on this team week 1.
Yeah. I think he played with the ones yesterday in practice. Daniel Hunter's out. Eddie Yarbrough, the guy we signed kind of really late, was it between the playoff games or right before the playoffs? He's been impressive. He's working hard. He's shown some ability to get to the quarterbacks, and I don't think anybody saw this coming when we brought in Yarbrough and Zettel. They kind of thought, okay, camp bodies, they're getting cut. But at this point, I think Eddie Yarbrough's a lock to make the team, and fans need to live with that.
Yeah, defensive end is going to be interesting how they address that or who they keep, but Eddie Yarbrough seems to have a leg up. They already moved Jalen Holmes over to defensive end. Eddie Yarbrough, it seems like he's kind of been around for a while. He did surprisingly have like 6 starts for the Bills at one point, so he's got a little experience behind him.
He had like 50 tackles or something too. He had one decent season. So yeah, he's got some ability, and maybe this is one of those diamonds in the rough that Rick Spielman pulls out of his ass.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, the sad part is they're going to have to cut loose some other guys that we might want to see, which
ties into number 5. Sexy late rounders and undrafted free agents. They're not going to make the team, at least not as many as we thought.
No, I mean, every year everybody's pulling for undrafted free agents. The Vikings kind of are known to keep some of these guys, like Chad Beebe, but goes back to just the shit show of an offseason it is that they're not going to get out there. They're not going to get a chance to prove themselves in games. Zimmer, and they're saying that they're going to have some game-like experiences or whatever you call it, but that's nothing. And guys like Courtney Davis, Kenny Willekes, Nate Stanley have a very, very, very tough time making this team.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Lucina is another one I like. Miles Dorn, I thought those guys, 2 or 3 of those guys might actually have a shot at making the team. I think maybe one guy undrafted makes now, and at this point, you're looking at how it's shaking out. It might be Neville Clark. He's making some plays at corner. I think he's your best bet. I don't even think Harrison Hand's a lock to make this team, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up on the practice squad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and the weird part is when you're looking at all the notes, everything from these practices, you're not hearing anything about these guys. I mean, they're all buried. They're all playing with the 3s and the 4s. Not one of them, except Neville Clark, is really getting much run at all. I mean, I haven't heard anything about Miles Dorn. I haven't heard anything.
I don't know if he's even in camp.
Courtney Davis, I mean, the guy that everybody loves is pulling for you. You didn't even hear jack shit about him.
He's been hurt. Yeah, I think he finally just came back yesterday. Yeah, I mean, you rewind 2 months ago, and people are talking that Courtney Davis is going to be basically wide receiver 3 or 4. Get used to the fact he's not making the team. He's going to be on the practice squad. Hopefully, these guys that we like, Willekes, Davis, Dorn, can sneak through waivers and actually get to the practice squad. That's my biggest fear, is that they're going to cut them. Someone's going to come in and snipe them, and then we're going to lose these guys for good.
Well, the good thing is almost all the teams in the league are going to be in the same situation where they got guys, they brought them in that they want on their team, and they're going to have to be cutting them too. So they're going to be filling up their practice squad mostly with their own guys.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it before, but Anthony Lynn said in the Hard Knocks that teams are going to keep experienced players this year. With the shortened practices, no exhibition games. They want guys around who know what they're doing, and they're not going to take chances on rookies like they have in the past.
Yes, and that is our list of 5 things Vikings fans need to deal with.
Just need to live with it. And also they need to live with this fact that snails have 5 assholes.